At Thanksgiving, my dad barked across the table, "Don't get cocky just because you make money now. You were still a fuck-up who almost ruined this family." My sister chimed in. "Seriously, you were the worst part of growing up." My mom just kept carving turkey like it was normal. I bit my tongue, drove home, pulled up every receipt, every wire, every account. One by one, I reported undeclared income, frozen loans, and false claims. IRS letters hit their mailbox by mid-January. I slept just fine. "We didn't ask for your opinion, Elias." "No," I said, trying to steady my voice. "You just used my name on a loan and tore apart my room like I was a ghost." "Watch your tone," my father snapped, pointing a carving knife at me like it doubled as a moral compass. "Don't get cocky just because you've got a salary now. You were still a fuck-up who almost ruined this family." "Seriously," Vanessa added, casually sipping her wine. "You were the worst part of growing up. The mood swings, the drama. God, everything was always about your problems." Karen didn't look up. She just kept carving the turkey like this was all completely normal. Like her daughter hadn't just called her son the family disease. I let silence stretch so long it felt like it started to hum. My knuckles were white on the underside of the table, and then I swallowed it. Just like I always had. My name is Elias Carter. I'm 26 and I don't yell anymore. There was a time when I did. Back in high school, when everything felt too big and too loud in my head. The anxiety, the depression, the weight of pretending to be okay in a family where feelings were seen as weakness. I left for college. I crashed hard, dropped out sophomore year, did a stint in a psych ward after an overdose I don't even remember planning. And they never really forgave me for it. Not because I scared them, because I embarrassed them. Since then, I've been invisible. Unless they need something. The Carter cast. Douglas Carter, 58. My father runs a small HVAC business he inherited from his dad. Loud, traditional, and allergic to being questioned. He believes in loyalty, but only upward. Karen Carter, 56. My mother. She floats above everything, never chooses sides. Except silence is a side, and she always chose his. Vanessa Carter, 31. My older sister, a pharmaceutical sales rep who's always dressed like she's one cocktail away from a gala. Perfect grades, perfect marriage, perfect lies. And then there's me, Elias. The fragile one who got strong when no one was looking. This wasn't about one dinner. This was about the $20,000 business loan my dad took out in my name when I was in recovery. I found out when I got denied for an apartment 2 years later. It was about Vanessa raiding my room while I was in the hospital, selling off my PlayStation, my guitar, even the journal I kept when I couldn't speak aloud in therapy. It was about being blamed for the missing $6,000 from the family college savings account. I didn't take it. My father did. Used it to cover taxes he hadn't filed since 2013. It was about lies I was too broken to argue against. Until now. "You were never the victim," Vanessa snapped at dinner. "You were just loud about your pain." "And you were quiet with your cruelty," I replied. But it's still 3 years ago, right after my second hospitalization, I got a call from my dad. "They're gonna audit the business," he said. "I need you to sign a few things to clear it up. Don't make a scene. You owe me." I signed, still half sedated, not even sure what I was agreeing to. 2 weeks later, I found out I was listed as a co-owner of a failing HVAC branch he opened under a shell LLC. That tanked, but I was the only name left on paper. He promised to clean it up. He never did. And when I tried to bring it up at home, "You should have read the fine print." Vanessa laughed. Karen changed the subject. So I did what I do best now. I sat still. I watched. I listened. And I gathered emails, screenshots, tax filings, business registration documents, loan disclosures. all the silent paperwork of betrayal. 2 weeks after Thanksgiving, I dropped a package, digital and physical, to the the State Department of Taxation and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, say. Inside, years of evidence. My father's undeclared cash jobs, the LLC fraud, Vanessa's misreported income on her 1099s, even Karen's sketchy Medicaid side hustle paperwork. I didn't yell, I didn't warn, I let the truth do the shouting for once. January 17th, I got a group voicemail. Douglas, furious. You think this makes you a man, turning your back on your own blood? You just nuked your family over hurt feelings? Vanessa, crying. You ruined everything. I might lose my job, Elias. Do you even care? Karen, small voice. I don't know who you've become. I didn't respond. But I did send one group text. But you all finally hear me now? Or do you need another file? I moved out of state 2 weeks later. Found a rental near the coast. Started working full-time in product design. New number, no contact. And for the first time in my life, I felt light. A letter arrived mid-March. No return address. Inside, a note in Karen's handwriting. I don't know how to say sorry the right way, but you didn't lie, and I see that now. Love, Mom. I didn't frame it, but I didn't throw it away either. I still don't hate them. That's the worst part. Hate would be easier. I just stopped bleeding for people who treated my silence like consent. I didn't burn the bridge. I just stopped watering it alone. And in the stillness of my own space, with no one carving turkey like nothing was broken, I finally heard the sound of myself breathing without fear. And I slept just fine.